Moving on to our third panel guest, I have the pleasure to welcome Lilly Stiefel, a private client at Deutsche Bank. A warm welcome to you, Lilly. Thank you for taking the time to be with us. May we have your question, please? Your two questions, indeed.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. So my first question is that I'm aware of the many partnerships that Deutsche Bank is supporting and participating in around equity and inclusion, specifically the Women Global Leadership Program, Deutsche Bank Enrich, Deutsche Bank Gold. However, my question is directed more towards the internal processes that build equitable and inclusive environments, especially for Black and folks. And so what have you tried that didn't achieve your planned results? What did you learn? And how are you building new structures and new processes based on those learnings? That's my first question. And my second question is specifically focused on Deutsche Bank Germany. Approximately 23% of the German population is of ethnic background, and that's on the low end. And we heard a quote earlier that I love talking about, the key to Deutsche Bank is our people, and Deutsche Bank employees represent, Deutsche Bank to the world. And I'm wondering, how can Deutsche Bank Germany specifically commit to representing those 23% in their management levels of ethnic diversity? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lilly. I saw a lot of nodding there on the sofa. You hit a nerve, and I think Virginia wants to kick it off, or
yes,
Michael.
Happy to. Thank you, Lilly, for these questions. So on your first part about what do we do beyond sort of the partnerships to really change processes, this is key for us because it goes sort of beyond symbolism. And especially when we talk about representation, we really look at the employee life cycle. So how do we position ourselves as an attractive, inclusive employer in the banking sector? How can we improve our employer branding? How can we enhance our hiring processes? And structurally, I think it's linked to education, to really also use the data to understand, do we have a bias in the system and how we take it out? Diverse panels, for instance, diverse shortlists. But also when we speak about promotion, succession planning, development plans, I think along those different people processes, we really try to make sure that it is embedded, and that will ultimately then also create the results. So, and maybe quickly on your second question, maybe then you want to add, Michael, sort of how can we support a higher number? I think it's crucial for us that we build our internal talent and that we build the pipeline. And this is what we're aiming at with our programs in terms of development. But again, to sort of complement this with our focus on succession planning for diverse talent. And again, this is linked to the processes and the leadership that we explicitly call out when it's becoming sort of relevant to create really a sense of belonging and inclusive culture.
Yeah, and if I may pick it up and also kind of to, in partnership with Lars in particular in Germany, how to achieve, in particular in Germany, a diverse environment. As we said before, indeed, different regions have different challenges also. And in Germany, for example, also to start with apprenticeships, to also look into how can we, at the education, almost a training level, reach out as an employer of choice to all areas of the society is an explicit goal, which we target with the way we are also looking into how do we fill our positions there and how we attractive. Ratings and assessments tell us that our education and our apprenticeship program there is relevant, is also competitive, and also reaches out for those areas. And then it's about, through the entire career path, make sure that not only here in headquarters, also in the regions, we have dedicated career path, put diverse talents into roles. And then it's a question of belonging, that also on different levels, different groups see themselves represented. So it's a long journey, which at the same time requires action plans, which are with single steps defined, which also need goals. And that's what we in particular deploy together in partnership with Lars and the team here in Germany.